the sound on? Are we? It says it's starting. In one place it says we're live, in another place, yes, I think we're live, right, okay. Good afternoon, welcome to a Costa Women hangout with me, Fiona Catchpole, and a surprise guest, because we've had some technical difficulties with trying to get a few girls onto the hangouts. And I posted it, and the first person that answered was the lovely Liz, who we have spoken to before, and I have to say, with all due respect to all the others I've ever done, but yours was fascinating because you are a female brewer, which is an oddity in its own thing, isn't it? So tell us a little bit about yourself and remind us how we met you before.
Well, I brew. Hello, thanks for having me. I started brewing beer years and years ago, and then when I moved to Spain and found out that actually there wasn't a hell of a lot of beer to be drunk here, well, Cruz Campo, I decided to brew my own. And people liked it, started selling it, and then now I'm brewing it commercially. And I'm actually, as we speak, at the market. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm here.
Cool.
And, yeah, it's rather nice. If you're gonna sell beer, that's the place to do it. It's really nice here.
On a hot day in Spain, I would imagine you're selling quite a few.
Sorry?
On a hot day in Spain, I imagine you're selling quite a few bottles.
It's going quite well, yeah. But the only thing is trying to keep it cold. It's that's the trickiest bit. But other than that, no, it's going really well, and it's fun. It's a great market.
And it's called, your beer is called Cabra Azul, is that right?
Yeah, the blue goat.
Yeah, now listen, there's something else that you know sparked you saw my plea on Facebook, and you have written a book.
I did, since we last spoke. Oh, that was months ago, wasn't it? I've written a book.
It was.
And here it is. It's called I'll just show you. It's called Salud, so cheers. And it's the beer lover's guide to Andalucia. So it's all about craft beer, basically.
Okay, so like specialist product beers and where you can find them in Andalucia, a bit like Cabra Azul.
Yes, I've interviewed loads of other brewers like myself, and I've been all over Andalucia, and so there were a tiny brewery in the Alpujarra, and a slightly bigger brewery in Seville, and some in Malaga, and in Motril, and all over the place, Almeria, Cadiz. And I've spoken to all these people and talked about their beer and how they got started and whether it was difficult to get started and what kind of, what was their favorite beer, what was their inspiration, and all these things. I've made them into, interviews and added maps and places where you can buy their beer, try some other beer. So say you went to Almeria, then the guide will tell you, look, this is a guy who brews amazing beer. You can buy it here. And by the way, they also have these other great beers for you to try.
Okay, cool. And were there any other girl brewers in this list?
One lonely girl brewer, but she makes up for it by being wonderful. And she took my ears off. She's really, really enthusiastic, and she's in Cadiz. So if you want to give a shout out to girl brewers, go to Cadiz, La Piñonera. And she brews a very special beer. She does a dark Belgian.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And the book, where can we get a copy of it? Is it available, for example, or is it in bookstores?
It's available on Kindle. So you just have to look up Beer Lover's Guide Andalucia. And I'm actually in the top 15, so that's kind of nice. Top 15 of travel guides, and I'm also a hot new release. I was very chuffed with that.
I saw that on the Facebook feed this week. Yes, now you've mentioned it. Yeah, a hot new release. Oh, well, there you go. As well as it being hot weather, you're at the top of the book releases as well. So
I was terribly proud of that, and well, it's also on sale in a couple of places. It's on sale in Comares, in Los Venturos, in El Duende. It's going to be. It just got published. Like the ink is still wet on it, basically. So I still have to get myself organized and then get it out to places. But it will be on sale in Seville, in Cordoba, in all the brewers who are in the book all want the book, obviously. So they're all gonna sell it, and it's really fun. And for me, it was so much fun talking to people who, like me, love beer and try to make a living out of it, because obviously we had so much in common. And, no, it was a lot of fun writing it, and so far the reviews have been really good. So yay!
Cool. And just to remind people, it isn't just about drinking a quantity of beer as such, or going out partying. It's the skill and the science and the artistry combined that you focus on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not about partying at all. I guess, like wine, beer has it's really starting to catch on, even in Andalusia. Of course, in northern countries, for instance, the UK, craft beer is huge. You know, you can't walk down a street or there's some new place that sells really weird beer made in oak whiskey barrels or whatever. It's wonderful. But out here in Andalusia, especially a couple of years ago, you know, it was very tough to find anything that wasn't just lager. And if you like your beers, there's nothing wrong with lager. I like lager. But if you're looking for something, you know, you have moments of the day where you're looking for something a bit more, a bit so then you want an IPA, a pale ale, because it's nice and hoppy, or you want something dark because, you know, you just feel like snuggling down with a decent beer. And up to very, very short while ago, there was nowhere to go in Andalusia, and now it's coming, but it's still quite difficult to find. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it's had a revival in the UK.
Yeah,
like you said, little places on the high street where almost like somebody's front room, like it used to be back in the day when a pub sort of came from that sort of area. But have you thought about, I mean, it's a bit previous with it being in July, but it sounds like it could be a good Christmas present for people, and maybe one of each of the beers featured and your book.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. If anybody wants this, I can totally deliver. And you know, I'll even wrap it up all nice for you.
Okay. Well, I will let you get back outside to sell some more bottles, because you know you are working today.
Yes.
And listen, thanks ever so much for seeing that post on Facebook, jumping on it, and doing this hangout for me today for Costa Women.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Speak to you soon, Liz.
Bye.
Bye.